Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, our next category is buildings. And I'd love to invite to the stage now Stéphane Pouffaré from Energies 2050 and also Georgia Tsar from the Passive House Institute. You both join me on stage, that'd be great. And also we're going to now look at the jury representatives. So we have quite a large jury. And these are the finalists. Wonderful. So, Stéphane, did these live up to expectations?
Frankly, yes, by the way. And also because more than that, this kind of building also, gives some inspiration. So this is very important. And also this is a significant, let's say, category because tropical and subtropical, let's say, area are quite significantly large worldwide. And it is rather difficult to create something to be, low carbon, low energy, with raw material, with everything dealing, to be as less as, let's say, with a negative impact on the environment. So this was really inspiring. And when we decide to work on the, let's say, to discuss, first of all, I want to thank also all the colleagues of the jury because it was quite passionate as discussion. This was really clear. And by the way, we were thinking also, can we drive something to make some others to be concerned and have inspiration? This is also some point because many of this kind of building also can be adapted someplace, but not in position to be scalable and to be, duplicated elsewhere. So this is this kind of challenging we faced. But by the way, at the end, we have no mention in this one. So we have only the winner directly. So it is quite simple. And so we have decided, so there is no suspense because no mention, directly the ones. We have decided to award the Centre Médico-Social de Rivière-Salée. For those who know the place, it is located in New Caledonia, Southern Pacific Ocean. And I imagine, yes, it's very good you have a look to the patio because this is among others what we have in mind because at the end it is really locally based as a concept. It is also with, let's say, on architecture. It is reusing kinds of symbols which is locally based also with wood and raw materials. It is also prefabric. And the building also, it's a kind of medical building. So it is very intensive as energy and especially to cool. And here it is very interesting because they have some innovation. For example, they use low pressure chimes and patio also with a circular natural ventilation. And also the atmosphere you can imagine is really comfortable, confident. So we really appreciate both the efforts on materials, the effort of design, and also the way that the building is endorsed at the local, infrastructure level. So it was really appreciable. So, and we decided this one will be the winner of this edition. That's it. So
fantastic. Thanks, Stéphane. Wonderful. And Giorgio, great. So we'd love to invite now to the stage Claire Pascal from the winning project. Claire, congratulations. A round of applause for Claire. Fantastic. Congratulations.
are we going to have a video?
I think.
I think we have a...
Right. I think Claire, do you want to say a few words? Please do.
will be very short. I would like to start with a big thank you to Construction 21 and more specifically to the jury of the Green Solutions Awards. This is a huge honor to receive this award, rewarding a collective and long-term endeavor. As a very ambitious and exigent architectural project, the realization of the Medical Social Center requested a lot of perseverance. The main challenge of sustainable construction in tropical climates is to offer comfortable buildings without using air conditioning. Of course, this involves an appropriate architectural concept, but more importantly, users' habits change management. Today, this award is giving thanks to all these efforts. It comforts me in my commitment for sustainable architecture. This award is to be shared with all the design team members and more particularly Antoine Perrault, Architect's Office, present from the early age of this project conception, the engineers and technicians without whom nothing would have been possible, Laetitia Franzini, sensible landscaper and loyal friend who is present with us today, and last but not least, my partner in work and life, Jocelyn Meschen-Moser, from the Laboratoire d'écologie urbaine, who made a success of this big adventure. I would like to finish by carrying the voice of the people from the Pacific, minorities who are too often forgotten. Thank you for them and for shining a line on our small rock, la Nouvelle-Calédonie.
Fantastic. Thank you, Claire. Great. And thank you, Stéphane. If you can, please if you can have your photograph taken there, that'd be great. Yeah. Christian? Christian, join the photograph there. Wonderful. Thank you very much. Okay. Stéphane, thank you very much for joining us.
I have another one, I think.
You have another one? Oh, sorry, you haven't mentioned.
Yes, we have some another jury. Not this one. I think it's after me. I will be back.
Wonderful. Okay, moving on to health and comfort. So this is our next category in the building section, and I'd like to invite Jean-Marie to come and join me on stage. Augustin.
Thank you, Brian.
You're most welcome.
So, for this category, we had to select one project among 9 very, very good candidates. It has been a very difficult choice. So before announcing the winner, however, I would like to award 2 mentions. The mention 2 is going to Borda in France. Then the project has a very good comfort. So this project has a very good comfort, although not using any conditioning system. Then the building is well incorporated in the city, and finally it has also a very strong social aspect. The project was made with the people who will live and will work in the project. So we wanted to highlight this building for all these reasons.
Fantastic.
Thank you.
It's a very, very good project. It must have been very difficult to choose from all these. And you mentioned there was another mention?
Yes, there is a second mention. So the mention 1 goes to the project Passive House for the Elderly in Spain. It's very interesting because it's the cheapest project. So it's around 1,200 euros by square meters. In British pounds, it's more or less 1,030 GBP by square meter, so it's very cheap and having great qualities. So it's a complete construction that considers the comfort for elderly people, and also the building reaches the passive house standard in energy and air quality. So
Fantastic. Two very, very beautiful projects. It must have been very difficult to choose a winner from this one.
So we go to the winner. I'm so glad to announce the winner of the Health and Comfort Prize is the project Schroeder 2020 in Luxembourg. Obviously, it has a very good health and comfort performances. It reaches the German DGNP certificate, which is not so easy to obtain. It has a good ventilation, it has CO2 detectors, has acoustic comfort, and so on. We are in health and comfort. But the project has also many other qualities that we wanted to highlight by deciding that it was a winner. The cost is very reasonable. It's 1670 euros by square meter. In GBP, it's 1430 GBP by square meter. And the employees were included in the project, and the building is very much connected to its surroundings. So congratulations to the winner. Thank you very
Fantastic. I'm just going to invite Denis to the stage to do the presentation. Fantastic. If you wouldn't mind moving to over there for your photograph, that'd be great. Thank you very much. To the to there. Thank you very much. Thank you, everybody. Great, and congratulations. Please do come and share us some thoughts on your winning project.
Thank you very much. It's a great honor to be here, and I'd like to thank everybody who contributed to the success of our project. The particularity of Schroeder 2020 is that we were on one side client and on the other side the civil engineering consultants of the building. In this way, our company slogan, Engineering the Future Together, also became the guiding principle for the construction of our new headquarters. From the beginning, sustainability and the well-being of the future users of the spaces were among our main objectives, and we tried to involve our employees as much as possible in the planning process. The result of our cooperation is a fully accessible, flexible, and very convivial office building that responds exactly to our needs. Our innovative concept includes semi-private working areas without doors, common spaces like meeting rooms, think tanks, lounges, a company restaurant, and many outdoor areas. We paid particular attention to the acoustic and visual comfort of the spaces, while another main objective was an optimal indoor air quality. We occupy the new building for nearly 18 months now, and we are proud to see that the result is convincing. We achieved our goals as our employees are comfortable and like to work in the new building. As a conclusion, we can affirm that the investment we made financially and in manpower for the people who use the building, who work there, it was worth it. We are convinced that Schroeder 2020 is a step in the right direction, while the perfect, healthy, sustainable and zero-carbon building still remains the big challenge for the future.
As president of the Luxembourg Green Building Council, I am also more than delighted that our building has received this recognition. And I hope that the experience and the know-how developed in the project can be applied to other projects. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Wonderful, another great project. So, on to our next category, which is energy and temperate climates. And I want to invite Stefan and Francis to join me here on stage for presentations.
So thank you again for this opportunity. But by the way, I also have to mention I represent the jury. So because we're very high-level guys, we have a very lovely discussion. So I'm here because I am in COP, but so far one of them should have been there also. So they are friends, and we have a very nice discussion. So if you jump to the,
Fantastic.
to the
Yes,
jury,
here's our
yes,
jury.
because most of them are also friends, so at the end, so they could have been there. But by the way, it was very interesting as a discussion also, because you know, in this, let's say, latitude, we have many, many, many buildings, and this is also an increasing number of, let's say, projects which have been proposed. So the discussion was really focusing on trying to find something to be, you know, so visible at the end, so it can create some, let's say, attractiveness and aspiration again. So that was the challenge. So here, in this category, we have 3 mentions and 1 winner. So it means it was rather complex to at the end. So we have 3 specific mentions. The first one, maybe it will jump to the picture again, is a biosources, the renovation of 24 social housing units in eastern France. This one. And we can make a clap. In fact, it is a very well-known technology with quite a significant use of prefabrication. And it's really interesting because they build everything in a very short period, with also some people living inside and not moving too far. So it was very interesting. And they can really be applicable very well in many, many different countries. So this is why we have this concern. And also, they were also using some wood as material, so it was interesting. So this is why we decided to give them a special mention. The second mention is, I will try to pronounce it correctly, CO2 neutral building in Magnendorf in Switzerland. So this one is slightly different at the end, but it's very interesting also because it is very technological oriented. So we use many, many things as an integrated approach to make the buildings, so it's covered with photovoltaic, which is quite, let's say, traditional now, but also they produce more energy than they consume. And also they have a foreshadowing, and also they can just distribute what can be looked as a building of the future, you know, to be positive energy building with low consumption. So it's very interesting, but it's technology oriented.
Great, thanks, Stefan. I also I'd like to invite Francis Schwall from NeoBuild Director to come and join us on stage as well. Fantastic. And would you like to say a few words?
Of course. Thank you very much. It's a great honor for that mention. For us, with our unique technology, we're just bringing aesthetic, because solar panel, everybody knows, but sometimes you don't want to put it on a facade or in some places where you want some aesthetic. And here we can bring, as you see, solar panels with color. Even the white color, you have solar panels and bringing energy. That's our aim. Thank you.
Thank you.
And so finally, we had a third mention, and also a very interesting project. So it's a Arroyo Fresno nearly zero energy building, passive house, plus from Spain. And it is very interesting also. And why? Because it is a passive houses, this is clear. And clearly it also gives some, let's say, vision at what will be the building in the future with no need for cooling and also no need, or at least really low need for heating. So it is very interesting and can be duplicated in many, many countries. So it anticipates the regulation, the forthcoming regulation, and is very interesting. So this was also the special mention.
Fantastic.
And
Right.
finally,
and the winning
yes,
project.
finally, the winner, but in fact, it's a kind of mix of the three previous one at the end. So, and it was we had some discussion, but it was very interesting project. So it is the winner, so is an Italian project, so Brancati Middle School project. And this one, so for those who don't have the picture, please visit the website from Construction 21 because there are plenty of pictures of this project, and it's very well designed, very inspiring, and also very locally based with the comfort of the user, which are children for these times. And so it's a passive school, and it also make a common sense of let's say a construction with collaborative process, and also the budget is very, very small for this kind of building. So this is why at the end we decide it can be the leading one for this edition. So
Fantastic. And do we have Marguerite Finnemore with us? Great. Marguerite, please do join us on stage. So we'll just have a few words first from Marguerite, and then we'll do the photograph over here afterwards. So please do.
Yes. Thank you so much for this prestigious award. And on my behalf, the Mayor of Pesaro, Matteo Ricci, and the Council of Public Works Department, Enzo Belloni, I am so honored to be here. I would also like to thank all the team that contributed to the significant achievement: the contractor Conscop, the construction firms Idrotermica Coop, Formula Servizi e Siema Impianti, and a special thanks to Davide Dursi, Monica Fantini, Michele Gardella, Antonella Conti, Matteo Cattedra, Giorgia Giolenzi, Mirko Valdifiori, Luigi Cancedda, Massimo Battani, Luca Barbaresi, and to all my colleagues, professionals, workers involved in such achievements. Due to their high competencies and skills and a very strong collaboration, it was possible to achieve such valuable results in achieving sustainability. Let's give me just two examples. 1,300 square meters is the cost of this school building, that is the standard cost of a traditional school building, and less than 10 CO2 kilo square meter per year emissions compared with 550 of CO2 kilo square meter per year of a conventional school building. But what is the most important is how we achieve such results. I would like to highlight that it is not only a unique achievement of the school building itself, but also it is due to a novel approach of the green public procurement, where high environmental requirements are within the tendering process were achieved. It's a novel model and that's why this model is widely replicable and scaling up by all the local authorities in Italy and in Europe. It's a concrete action promoted by Pesaro municipality to fight climate change. This award is a result of a strong collaboration between Pesaro Council and the local entities and cooperatives that have at their heart the protection of the planet, focusing on citizens' health and well-being. Antonio Brancati School is the first example in Italy that achieved 88 scoring LEED Platinum. It's an example of sustainable energy action that offers the best environment for teaching and learning. Finally, it is also a crucial contribution to a net zero carbon transition which can be replicated by other municipalities. Being awarded for energy temperate climates means to have the opportunity of turning the sustainability into culture and in our daily life. It's our major responsibility that gives us the boost in cooperating together for green cities, because we don't have a planet B. Today is a great day for Italy, for Pesaro municipality and cooperatives movement. And thank you again.
Fantastic. If you would move on just over there for your photo, that'd be wonderful. And congratulations again. Do you have more team members to join you as well? No. Oh, okay. So yeah, please do join Christian over there. Thank you very much. Congratulations. Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, we are now moving on to low carbon as our next category. And I'm delighted to invite Jean-Marc to come and join me back on stage again as our jury representative. So let's now look at Jean-Marie is going to be our representative, and this is how the rest of the jury looks like for low carbon. Wonderful, and these are the finalists. Wonderful, Jean-Marie. So tell us about how it went on this occasion.
Yes, as you can see, we have had a very interesting and diverse project to evaluate in this category. And so we had a housing, an office building, health services building, and also a semi-Olympic swimming pool. So it's very diverse. And it was very hard to select one winner. But we made that. And before announcing the winner, we would congratulate two projects with a mention. So, the first one, yes? So the first mention is going to an extension of a house. It's SB House in Germany. We were very amazed by its emission rate. It's one of the best emission rates we have ever seen. It was 9 kilograms of CO2 by square meter and by year. It was very, very low. So, we could applaud. And then we can go to the second mention. Yes, it's the Spanish building, Entre Pacios, Los Carolinas, so in Spain. It was very interesting because it was a holistic project that followed many sustainable principles, like materials with a very low impact, bioclimatic consumption, common spaces to encourage social interactions and contacts between users, and so on. And it really tackles the issues of carbon emissions. And also the inhabitants were included in the process, and so the project is also quite replicable. So it's a good example to follow.
Fantastic.
Los Carolinas.
Wonderful, two. Again,
so,
two really outstanding projects, so can't wait to hear who the winner is.
Yes, we arrived to the winner. And so I'm very pleased to announce that the low carbon prize is going to, 4 passive social housing units in France. So it's a project you see made in straw, and it's in straw and with wood. So 90% of the materials by volume are derived from plant fibers. And the use of such materials has a huge positive impact on carbon emissions. So the project shows a good way to follow, show that energy and environmental performances are well compatible, also with social concerns and with a low rent. The energy consumption cost about, you are seated, 15 euros by month by accommodation. 15 euros is 13 British pounds. And last but not least, the project is also very replicable. It's a very good model for the low carbon construction sector. Thank you for having me.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Marie. Much appreciated. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we're now moving on to Sustainable Construction Grand Prize. And we have 8 finalists in this category. I'd love to invite to the stage now Cedric Borrell. Cedric, he's behind me. Now, Cedric is here both representing his company, which is Action for Market Transformation, working on projects internationally. Cedric is a long-term friend and supporter of Construction 21. And I'd just like to kind of point out that, amazingly, the projects also involve gamification, working with schools, working internationally, and you're even now moving out of real estate and looking into working with people on fleets, how to kind of support fleets of cars.
Yes. So we are working into collective impact initiatives. So we are bringing a lot of people together in order to do something difficult, but together. So it's about energy efficiency in buildings in a huge one-year contest coming into Britain next year. Or it's about using a lot 40 big landlords throughout Europe in order to build with reused material, which is very difficult to consider. So we are acting through collective impact initiatives.
Fantastic.
And once people realize something very great, it comes to Construction 21 to spread the word with the idea to set the benchmark that everybody should join or rejoin into their design.
Wonderful. Well, it's a real pleasure to have you with us for this. So let's have a look at the jury.
So I'm speaking in behalf of the jury, very good jury, but Brian, did you happen to you to fall in love with 3 people at the same time?
I try not to.
Try not to. So the jury, as in the other categories, fall in love with 3 projects. So we have 3 mentions for the 2. We are in the 2 last prizes of the night, and
you can run through the finalists first.
Yes.
Here, Cedric.
And this is Sustainable Construction Grand Prize. Excellent. So this Grand Prize is about how everybody should think and design a global comprehensive building with a very good functional program, a good architecture, of course, superb KPIs in sustainability and a good budget, because it has to be replicable. And first, with that in mind, the jury gave a first mention at Humanscape's Habitat project. It's an Indian. This is not Glasgow. This is an Indian housing building, very inspirational for the jury, with a social vision and a low-tech sustainability. So go to India to learn clever low-tech buildings. And tonight, I can give the mention to a representative from this building.
Yeah, we do have a representative from India. Wonderful. You've come a long way. Fantastic. And if you could maybe say a few words, it'd be wonderful, just for briefly. No, go for it. You've come a long way. Do. At least give us 60 seconds of your time.
Okay, thank you. Yes, it's a long way from India and a lot of carbon miles, I tell you. I would like to thank Construction 21, and one of the reasons we participated in this competition was it is very inspirational to see government, private, and public participation which is what Construction 21 is about. And it's something that we really would like to promote in India, because between the government and the corporates, there's a big difference of worldview. And our project is actually how to use design to bring together the socio-cultural aspects, the environmental aspect, with technology. Because in India, we have challenges, which is, in terms of numbers, quite mind-boggling. And everybody wants to develop. You can tell us about 1.5 degrees, you can tell us about the carbon footprint, but there is 1 billion people who want to have their standard of living going up. And they want houses, they want energy, and they all want cars and roads and cities. So our challenge is to show that you don't need to achieve all this by following the standards and the example of the developed world, but actually find our own pathway. That's what the project is about, and that's what will make it reproducible and a model. Thank you.
Thanks, Pascal.
And sure, India can teach the world how to do a sustainable low-tech program. And the second love of the jury went to the frugal dimension of the eco-campus in Provence. The student campus in France used bioclimatic design. It used bio-based material to achieve a very good combination of architecture and engineering to develop something optimal. And the third mention for the jury is more technological. We are going to China, in the north base of Customer Service Center, in a smart, sustainable building. It is integrated into a complex control of different functions, and a data analysis allows the comfort of the occupants to be optimized. This is a Chinese vision of the office building of tomorrow.
Wonderful. Thank you, Cedric. Very much appreciated for giving us all those mentions.
So there's a big winner. It stands out from the crowd of the 192 buildings in the competition. And you can imagine the complexity of building a swimming pool and the complexity of optimizing the urban network and integrate the building as much as possible into its environment while optimizing the use of the land and create a garden on a limited space. The result is Turo de la Pera Sports Center in Spain. So this building combines a time-based structure, a very compact architecture for efficiency, a super great insulation and renewables in order to have the very low carbon swimming, the lowest carbon swimming you can have in Spain.
Very good. Excellent. And lovely. So, welcome to the stage. Congratulations, sir. So we have here our winner, which is Xavier Solto, CEO of Susana Pinto. Fantastic. Lovely. And Xavier, would you like to provide us a few words, perhaps? Be wonderful.
Well, good evening, everyone. I would like to thank, first of all, Construction 21 for organizing, for bringing all the construction, the building ecosystem, these kind of opportunities, and not from 2 or 3 years ago, but from far enough. Thanks also to the jury, Council of the City of Glasgow. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you all. We are very pleased to receive these Green Solutions our 2020-21 in the category of sustainable construction within the framework of COP26. I'm Xavier Saltó, sustainable consultant and engineer of the team of the Turó de la Peira project. I'm here today on behalf of the architects Ana Noguera and Javier Fernandez, and also on behalf of the Barcelona City Council as the developer of the project. So it's a public project, public finance project, and also, of course, a long list of people who have made it possible. I want to stress that the quality of all the participants is very high. We took the opportunity to check project by project, and we want to transmit that our success, or the success in this building, has been to put sustainable architecture at the center of it, analyzing the whole building environmental impact, location, surroundings, landscape, materials, energy, water, and last but not least, occupants' well-being and comfort. Use solutions and technology with a smart approach, according to the building context, to have the leading role in the new European architecture. The quality of the project, as I said, that applied and the finalists demonstrate that the effort that professionals are making and how is it possible to go from words to deeds. Before I finish my speech, and knowing that we are an English-speaking environmental, I want to apologize myself for taking 15 seconds of speech in Catalan, my mother tongue, just to refer to my wife, who came along with me today, as she did for almost 13 years. Susana, gràcies per la teva infinita paciència, per la teva inacabable confiança i per sempre estar sempre al meu costat. Thank you very much all, and have a nice evening. Thank you.
Wow. Muchas gracias, Javier. Great. Now, Cedric, I think you're staying on stage for the next one, aren't you? Wonderful. And so, we're now on to the final round. Last, but very much not least, because as we all know, renovation is hugely important. When we start thinking about embodied carbon, renovation is a massive challenge for us as an industry, as we need to refurbish, repurpose, and renovate buildings. So Cedric's going to stay on to talk to us about the jury, but also we have Gary Cameroon, who's Head of Scotland and Senior Director for BNP Paribas. Gary, welcome to the stage.
Evening, ladies and gentlemen, and I'll join Councillor Creevy as a Glaswegian to welcome you all to our fine city. I won't take up too much time. This is for the proud winners, so a very brief word to say. BNP Paribas very proudly sponsored this event. This is our 7th year in a row, I think, we've been proud sponsors. Thank you, Construction 21. Most of us in this room have a part to play in dealing with property, dealing with real estate and the impact that it has on the environment and our lives. So I won't go on much further than that. We all are probably converted. We need to bring people on the journey with us, and that might be as big a challenge as we have in turning these fine buildings into what they are. So I hope you enjoy your evening in Glasgow, and I will pass over to the main event of enjoying the prizes. Thank you.
Wonderful. Thanks, Gary. Much appreciated.
So this is the last category, and this is a very category which will bring us to carbon neutrality, I guess. So the most important one is renovation. There is no three mentions. This is a jury. There is a first mention of a highly replicable project that uses prefabrication. This is a renovation of a high school in France, in Brancati. Oh, you can see all. Okay,
running through our finalists.
The Brancati High School got a mention for being a great renovation. And I guess we got a representative of the Brancati School here to get this mention.
Do we have Chris Jones? Oh, great. Chris, welcome to the stage. Congratulations. Excellent. Congratulations.
There is one more mention. There is two other mentions, indeed. So the first is emblematic of the Chinese vision of renovation. This is a green renovation project of Kushan Civic Ethic Hall. It's a comprehensive renovation approach that places great emphasis on the performance, on monitoring for China. And a third great renovation for the jury is a triple space in Spain again that show that it's possible to renovate very simply while paying attention to the air quality, occupant comfort, and using an intelligent adiabatic system that anticipates the future cooling and heating needs. Ask your neighbor for adiabatic, and that we go for the big prize.
And so, gosh, we had lots of mentions here, so it must be a very big winner to have won the major award.
The last big winner of the 192 buildings is the Green Factory, located in front. This is a transformation of a disused factory into service building and laboratory. Everything in there, everything. Energy efficiency, material used low carbon and biosourced, air quality monitored in real time, and the whole approach combines everything that is necessary for a sustainable project, according to the jury, in Lyon, France.
Fantastic, and we welcome the project team to come up to receive their award. Mark Campesi. Well done, team. Congratulations. Fantastic. And perhaps you could give us a few words, speech, and then afterwards we'll do our photographs just to the side. Speech first. Fantastic.
There are some adventures that can't be led alone. I would first like to thank Marc Campesi, Cécile Raymond, my two architects, whose expertise was decisive, and of course, my teams, who were fantastic. Green Factory is a project that was particularly close to our hearts. Cultivating humility, imagine the future, thinking above all always about people. By recognizing the quality of Green Factory, you are validating this model. You are allowing us to say, yes, we are on the right track to deliver a different footprint on our planet. For all of these areas, and I, Marc Campesi, Cécile Raymond, are infinitely grateful for the award you are presenting him with today. Thank you for your attention.
So, we've got a few more words. Oh, go for it, sir. Just to let you know, we have to wrap up very soon, so please be brief.
Je n'ai pas tout compris. After winning the grand prize in Katowice, it's really amazing to win this new prize for sustainable renovation in Glasgow. I want to congratulate all the candidates on the Construction 21 because we must share our experience. This is the best way to act for the climate. Special thanks to Mark for his belief in what we do, and to Cécile, who contributed in restoring the soul of the building. Green Factory was made possible by cooperation on collective intelligence. More than 25 local companies on my team have contributed to the design of this renovation. Each company has given their very best. This renovation uses accessible and effective solutions with a systemic approach. Embracing a low-carbon approach, we have chosen recycled and biosourced materials. They have been subjected to a life cycle assessment. Green Factory is also a smart building, not too complex, but that offers user comfort and clean interior air quality. Finally, my youngest daughter recently said to me, Papa, we can't create a lot of green projects if they cost too much. And yet, this is a real challenge. Green Factory reminds us that it's possible to renovate with quality and reasonable costs. We must do it everywhere. Thank you.
Fantastic. Thank you. Thank you very much.